All right. Welcome, everyone, to our first student body presidential debate. We haven't done something like this in the past, but it just kind of gives us an opportunity to meet our three candidates. So we're just going to jump right into questions that our student body would like to know about you guys. When you answer this first question, also just give a little introduction about who you are, so people know who you are when they vote for you. And we'll just start to my left and we'll work our way around. So first of all, what would be your top priority as student body president if elected?
So I'm TJ Kolke. We're all juniors here, but I do hockey, I do cross country. I'm in NHS and I'm in a plethora of other clubs. So I have a pretty good grasp, I guess, of a bunch of different groups of people in the school. And my top priority would be student involvement. So a lot of students, they don't go to sports games, they go home, they're not really part of school spirit. I want to try to raise that quota. I want kids at games. So whether that be through pep rallies in front of big games, we don't do that many. We do one for homecoming, but maybe we could start doing them for big football games like Loyola or big basketball games like Brother Rice. So I want kids to just come to the games and stay at the games. I don't want them to leave.
Wonderful. Thank you, TJ.
I'm Adam Stanislawski. I run cross country, I swim, and I play lacrosse. I'm an Eagle Scout, and I'm also in NHS. My top priority would be making sure other people are heard. I feel like, especially as a freshman and a sophomore, a lot of people, I had no clue what was going on above my head. We got to get better about being inclusive on the freshmen and, building that in Mount Carmel culture.
Thank you, Adam. Next, please.
Hello, my name is RJ Risos. I'm a junior as well. I do varsity bowling and I do drama. I do robotics. I'm in NHS and student council. And my top priority as student body president is sort of similar to Adam's and TJ's. It is making sure that everyone is included and making sure every voice is heard, because here, while we do a good job of making sure that everyone is included within this culture that is welcoming, I feel as if there are still a couple of stragglers, a couple of people who are not heard. They are mostly alone, and I feel like those voices are just as important as the loudest ones here.
Wonderful. Thank you, you three, for being here. Just going in combination with that, we all talked about that we want to make sure that people know what's going on, right? Freshmen, sophomores, even juniors and seniors. We're talking about voices that may not be heard. So how will you ensure that all voices are heard? We talked about that being a priority, including those who may not usually speak up. How will you ensure that all voices are heard? I'm going to start with Adam first.
So I think that the way the student council currently is run, it's more of sort of like a republic. It's we have representatives, I guess, and they come to a meeting and they discuss it. I think we just need to go straight to the people and talk to them about them. We could have surveys, we could do whatever. Personal, one-on-one interviews, just pull people at random, get to talk to them. Because if we don't talk to them, they're not going to talk to us. There's some people that just keep to ourselves, and that's just the way they are, and that's fine. But we need to get their voice. So.
Nice, thank you. RJ, go ahead.
So, I believe that to make sure every voice is heard, we should have a more varied sort of council within student council, because a lot of the people within student council, a lot of them are just friends with each other and they all join together. And in tandem with that, I believe we should have surveys that are sent out that are anonymous, because a lot of people are afraid of speaking up and do not want to take the trouble out of their day to talk to someone or go out and talk to a student council representative. So anonymous surveys would help with just getting your opinion out without too much trouble.
Nice. Thank you. TJ?
A big thing that we've tried to do in the past but really just weren't successful with are class representatives. So I really want to push for a strong class representative or representatives from each grade level, especially for the underclassmen, because a lot of the main contributions in the past from student council have come from the juniors and the seniors. I want that to change. I want a lot of freshmen and sophomore involvement in student council. And in order for that to happen, they need to be asking those freshmen and sophomores what issues are important to them, so that those representatives can actually relay and give that useful information to us at meetings.
Nice. Thank you so much. This leads into, from ensuring all voices are heard, we're going to go into issues and conflicts. So, you guys have been a part of not only our student council, but our school for a long time. What is an issue or a conflict that you would identify right now that you think you would want to fix for next school year if you had the opportunity to be our student body president? I'm going to start with RJ first.
Yeah, so the conflict issue that I would want to fix is the general apathy that students feel towards just many things in general, like sports games, as TJ mentioned, or just other sort of events in general. They do not really, it doesn't interest them as much to attend these events that are very beneficial, that helps build community and just is good for them and their development. So I'd want to push sort of not just like get them to get to the events, but also do events that they would actually be interested in instead of just what we think they would be interested in.
Nice, thank you. TJ?
Yeah, building off that, we really need to build that sense of brotherhood early on. What I noticed this year, a lot of freshmen were at the football games. That was really good. That's something we haven't had in a long time. And I think we really need, like when I was a freshman and my 8th grade years, the football games were always packed. The basketball games were always packed. Nowadays, kids aren't going. There needs to be a way to get these kids to come to these games. And I think we're starting to do some stuff with the like the free lates and stuff like that. If we could start pushing for incentives to get these kids to come to the game, to get all kids to come to the game, I think that really can help form the brotherhood that between the upper and the lower classmen.
Wonderful. Adam?
So I think there's two issues. For one, we've all talked about it, underclassmen support. This year in student council, we have 3 to 4 guys, freshmen level. We just need more people, so getting them involved obviously is a key detail. And then secondly, I believe there isn't really like other problem that we can identify just because we don't know. Our like systems of communication and have been so like diswrought that we just can't because we don't know. So I would want to identify the problem like once I'm in place with the systems I'm going to set up.
Sweet, thank you. I'm going to skip down a little bit. We talked about getting students to sporting events in particular, or even just extracurricular activities. So I just want to review this one more time because I think it is a important part of our school community. School spirit is a large part of our school, or any school for that matter. And we saw that it is somewhat difficult to maintain. How can we maintain the hype and the buzz that we have in the beginning of the year? How can we bring that not only to just the fall sports, the ones that maybe are the most popular, how can we kind of maintain that through out the entire school year? So TJ, I'll have you go first here.
We really want to push incentives and pep rallies. Do stuff that students want. Like you look at it, kids want these pep rallies. They want these incentives. That's what helps them go to these games. That's what pushes them. So really pushing these out to like help the kids kind of like motivate themselves to go is going to just help everyone come to the games.
Wonderful, thank you. Adam?
One thing that I always thought would be cool, no one ever like took initiative to do and set up is I think like if we set up a game like Harry Potter games, like where it's floors or stadiums competing like year round, like we're the most competitive people like around here. I think that would be such a great and fun like opportunity that like who wouldn't want to compete? Like we had Sporkle, but Sporkle isn't as fun and engaging. But if we had like stadium games or like floor games, I think that would be like awesome.
Nice, thank you. RJ?
So I like Adam's idea of studium like competitions that are past just Sporkle. But other ways that I would keep school spirit is to sort of change the culture regarding games, because people just think of it as like currently for sports that they don't care about, it's just a chore, a hassle. So as TJ would said as well, incentives, or just it's hard to make people care about things if like it's just what is the benefit of me coming here? Oh, you watch your brothers play, but they don't care because they're not brothers yet. So I think that we should just provide incentives that people actually care about past just like, oh, it's a school late, or detention for people who don't even get detention a lot of the time. So I think incentives and that sort of idea.
Thank you. A couple more left. We talked about different proposals that we want to bring to the table, right? Either if that's stadium games or school lates for incentives. Some of this position, however, is dealing with rejection in terms of you really want an initiative to happen, but it does not come to fruition in which how you want it. So if a proposal that you believe in is rejected by administration, so Mr. Tabernacki, Ms. Mankey, myself, anybody really, how would you respond? I'd start with Adam first.
So I would do like a calm conversation with them to figure out why it was there, why they rejected it in the first place, because they don't want it. Obviously, there's some details. Now, sometimes there will be like extremes, or we can't figure out the issue, but a lot of times, if it's just like too inconvenient for them or whatever reason, we can figure it out and work things out together in like a communal way, right? If I just keep going through that process of trial and error enough and enough, eventually we can get things passed like slightly rather than having nothing done in the first place. I think the dress downs are a great example of that.
Wonderful. Thank you. RJ, go ahead.
I would say that I would also sort of find out the reasoning why. If it's just a reason that we cannot do it in any way, just like logistic reason, like this is just not possible, then sure, I'll put my hand down, it's fine. But if it's just an inconvenience or something that could possibly be worked around, I will do my best as the president to make sure that this event that we probably will be caring a lot about and want to get done will get done if there's any chance that it could.
Thank you. TJ?
So overall, I think that administration is very supportive and very lenient about what we do in student council. They want us to do these things. So if they're rejecting something, immediately thinking, maybe it's too extreme. So I'm going to them first of all. I'm being like, how can we amend this to make it easier or less extreme? And then I'm going straight to the students. I'm asking them to fill out surveys, sign their names, show their support for whether or not they actually want this to happen. Because if it's a proposal they have no interest in, then maybe it's good that we're scrapping it. But if they want to support it, or if they really like it, then they can show their support, and we can use that to maybe appeal it and amend it.
Nice. Thank you. Second to last question. We talked about how, and the student body has seen a lot, how this year's senior class did a really nice job with their initiatives, with the actions, and specifically their self-motivation. If I can speak to their abilities last year, as the student council moderator, I didn't have to do a lot. It purely came from the students and their ability. So how will you as president continue that momentum from this year forward? I'm going to start with RJ. Go ahead.
Okay, so how will I continue this momentum? And I'll admit, this year and other years I've been student council, I haven't been the most active or vocal member, but now that I have been granted this opportunity to run and become this figurehead, I want to take that opportunity and just hit the ground running. I want to just get as much done as I possibly can, and make sure those people who felt just doing things for their application or for the heck of it, and not because they want to actually get something done within student council or any other sport, I want to make sure that they actually feel the same passion that I'm feeling right now for running for president.
Thank you. TJ?
It's really about how much you care for who you're doing it for. We're doing it for the kids. We're doing it for our fellow brothers at Mount Carmel. So I have that going in. I know we're doing this for them. So I want to be able to accomplish as much as possible as I can for my fellow brothers and for the school. And I really want to push further charities, so that we started that last year, and that's something that I really want to push. And I think through that we can do so much more in raising awareness.
Thank you. Adam?
So I think the school runs by obviously last year's senior class and guys like us that are willing to step up and maybe cut some time out of class, so lessen their studies to get things done. We need that. We're not a public school. We can't hire employees to do everything for us, so we need kids to step up and do it for us. But I think it's great. I think a great communal effort, because especially what TJ said in the past, I've thought we could do a lot more charity work rather than one. And I think I would just get like-minded people who are care about the cause and gather them up to be willing to do my work with me.
Thank you. This is our last question here, and this just deals with kind of send-off to this student body president debate. Is there any last messaging you have for the student body as they get to know you and as they lead into your campaigns for next year? TJ, I'm going to start with you.
Yeah, so basically I'm doing this for you guys. I want to serve you in the best way I possibly can. So let me know. Talk to me. Like, scold me if I'm doing something you think I could be doing better. I want your feedback. I want to be doing the most I can for you guys.
Thank you. Adam?
Yeah, I know I'm not the most popular guy, and maybe a lot of guys don't know me, but I think I got good relations with a lot of underclassmen, and staying with Stan.
Thank you.
Staying with Stan.
RJ,
Yeah.
go ahead.
So, my sort of mantra and life message for me would to just be a good guy, be a little better than what you were before. I don't think that I can make a drastic change in this school, a drastic positive change, because we don't need a drastic positive change. A lot of the stuff that we do here is already great. But if we can just make, as a community, this place a little bit better and make the people around here a little bit better as people, then that would be all that I could hope for.
Wonderful. Thank you three very much for sitting down with me and not only getting your names out there, but letting people know about who you are. And I look forward to not only a very successful campaign season, but for our student body as well to get out and vote and make sure you show your support for these guys. Thank you all very much.